Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at the most expensive, most valuable, call them what you will, cards that have come around in Dark Fantasma, and I don't want to boast too much, but I do think it is worth pointing out that actually, this is exactly as we expected that it was going to end up being. When I went through my thing the other day, showing you all of the secret rares, I told you what I thought the top three were going to be. And again, we're not talking about some kind of fantastic genius prediction here, because of course, we've been doing this a while, we know how things go. But it has turned out that the top three that I predicted are the top three, and there is quite a bit of a margin. Now, I'm taking these prices from a Japanese shop, and they are actually sell prices now, not just buy prices, so we've got some of those as well. Please, please, please do bear in mind, these have been changing, literally day by day. So let's start off. In at number one is the Gold Arazu, which is coming in at 5,490 yen. This is, of course, one of the ones we're expecting to be a very, very big card because it's a popular female character as a full art supporter, and that generally is how we get the most expensive cards. And that comes in at around about $42 or around about £34. Here's the thing though. The most recent image I have of that is that it is selling for 5,490 yen. That is absolutely true. That's what I've got. But that same shop has also got one selling for 6,280 yen, presumably one that is, properly gem mint and all of that good stuff. So do please bear in mind these prices fluctuate. Just like literally 1 or 2 days earlier, it was selling for 5,990 yen. So it does vary around a little bit, but as I'm recording, we're going to stick with the prices we've got, the most recent prices, which, like I say, is 5,490 yen. And the reason is, very simply, we've got a very popular character coming in as a full art supporter, and it is as simple as that. Usual rules apply. The Rainbow Rare, not even close. The Rainbow Rare is selling for 1,990 yen. Which, there is an absolutely huge difference there. And if we convert that into currencies we use, you're talking about $15 or around about £12. It's not even close. There is no comparison between the full arts and the Rainbow Rares in terms of value over in Japan. The full art are just way, way more expensive. But then we've got pretty much the same here with gold. Dark Patch, the most recent value I've got for that is exactly the same, 5,490 yen. Just like we saw from your Arazu a moment ago, which, well, like I told you just a second ago, is about $42 or is about £34. And here, it's not the artwork or anything like that, it's Dark Patch. People love Dark Patch. It's an item card that attaches an energy, a darkness energy from a discard pile to one of my bench Pokémon. It's brilliant. People love it. It's really good in expanded as well as standard, and this is the fancy gold version of it. And though we've had Dark Patch before, we've never had the gold version, which explains why people are going a bit crazy for it now. And rounding out the top three is the other card that we absolutely expected. It is the gold Zoroark VSTAR, which is coming in just a shade below at 5,290 yen. We're talking 200 yen less, it's not very much. You're talking about $41 or about £33. It is extremely close. And these are the top three, and for the record, there is a big drop-off after these top three. These are the top three by a mile. And there's a few things going on. It's interesting to note that Zoroark is a very popular Pokemon, and the reason Zoroark's so popular is because it's been so good so often. It's gone and got itself a whole bunch of fans. So that's kind of interesting, but it is also projected to be a top deck from the set. It's got a really nice ability, it's got a really nice attack. As of all of these cards, I've done videos on all of them on the channel, so if you want to learn more about what they do and why they're good, go check it out. But Zoroark is projected to be one of the very best cards in the game, and it's a very popular Pokemon. That all adds up. But once again, there is no comparison between the gold Zoroark and the Rainbow Rare Zoroark. The Rainbow Rare Zoroark comes in at a comparatively measly 1,790 yen, which equates to somewhere around $14 or around about £11. Now, to be fair, there is a big difference here in pull rates. The gold V-Stars are much, much harder to pull than the Rainbow Rare V-Stars. They've got much lower pull rates. So that does help to explain it somewhat. But people just don't really like the Rainbow Rare cards. It is, in a lot of ways, as simple as that. Also, do bear in mind that although all of the V-Star get rainbow versions, only Zoroark in this set gets a gold. Over in Japan, it's one per set. We sometimes have more, but that's because we're bringing in multiple sets. So we're having still one per Japanese set. We're just amalgamating several together. So those are the top three, and there is a huge gap, but there is then a second tier of cards which are worth talking about, starting off with the Enamorous character Super Rare. Now this comes in at about 2,790 yen, so converting that we're looking at somewhere in the region of about $22 or about £17, with a little bit of rounding like we tend to do. And it's a character Super Rare. And essentially, there are two character Super Rares, and people have gotten together, had a bit of a think, and decided that this is the better of the two. Playability-wise, it's an interesting card, but it's too expensive really in the attack to make it that worthwhile. It's honestly just because people love the artwork, and the Akira Egawa artwork here is brilliant, but I am not hearing a huge amount here in terms of massive hype for the card in terms of playability. And it's interesting because Enamorous has generally been agreed by like everybody to not be a very good Pokemon. Nobody really likes it. And yet somehow it's ended up being that people have decided, well, yeah, I really love this character Super Rare. That's how good the art is. The other character Super Rare is Gallade, which is actually not that far off. It's 500 yen less, comes in at 2,290 yen, which is about $18 or about £14, which is cool. I mean, Gallade's no Gardevoir, let's be clear about that. In this evolution line, Gardevoir is definitely the more popular Pokemon. But it's still a character Super Rare. The pull rates for these, I believe, are pretty rare. I don't have exact pull rates in comparison to Gold, V-Star, etc. But it is interesting to note, at least, that these character Super Rares do tend to be pretty expensive. And I do think that is quite telling. It just means that this is the kind of thing that people are after, the kind of thing that people are into, etc. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of nice. These make up that second tier. What else goes in the second tier? We've got the full art of Volo and the full art of Misfortune Sisters, both of which come in at 2,490 yen. So again, this second tier really is very, very much grouped together, and we're talking about $19 or about £15 for these. And these are just popular full arts. In terms of playability, I think Volo is great. I think it is absolutely brilliant. It's a one that lets you discard one of your Pokemon V from your bench. And it's great for clearing bench space, taking prizes off the field, etc. I absolutely adore it. The Misfortune Sisters, let's look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and discard any number of items you find there, which is going to be decent for control and mill decks, certainly as a one-of. So both of these are interesting cards with moderately popular characters coming in as a full art. Once again, the Rainbow Rares are not even really close enough to make it worth talking about. I've given you one example, that'll have to do. But it's not even close is what I'm saying here. In terms of the value, nobody cares about the Rainbow Rares. It really is all about the full art. And outside of that, I suppose we could mention the Gold Box of Disaster. Is that what it's actually called? Yeah. That's the one where if a Pokemon V has got full HP and is knocked out, you put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. It's coming in at 1,490 yen. So we're talking around about $11.50 or around about £9. It's fine, but it's not the main one you want to pull. Honestly, this has really settled down really nicely. We've got the top tier of Full Art Arazu, Gold Dark Patch, and Gold Zoroark that all come in at over 5,000 yen, which are really between 53 and 5,500, all very close together. And then we've got that second tier of the Enamorous and Gallade character super rares, and the Volo and Misfortune Sisters full arts that all come in between 2,300 and 2,800 yen. We've got those two tiers of cards in terms of value, and remember, you get one super rare per box, so if you pull anything other than those, I'm afraid your super rare slot has very much let you down. If anybody's wondering about some of the other cards very quickly, in terms of the Radiant Pokemon, Gardevoir is top by a mile. Like, not even close. Gardevoir's coming in at 1,500 yen. We've then got Hisui and Sneasler at 600 yen. And Steelix is something like 200 yen. It's next to whatever it is. Steelix is coming in at like properly next to nothing. So it's not even really worth worrying about. And in terms of the regular character rares, obviously Pikachu is number one by an absolute mile. That's being bought for 750 yen, and then they'll sell it on for a bit more. Gengar's number two at 400 yen. That's a buy price. They're selling it on for a little bit more. And the others aren't even worth talking about, honestly. The other four they're like 30 yen. It's ridiculous how low they are. But in terms of the character rares, Pikachu is a clear number one, Gengar's a clear number two, and the other four are very much also Rans. Just to clear up at the end there. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know about Dark Fantasma. Now you know about the cards. The good news is I do have 2 boxes of this set. They're in the post. They're on the way. They are hopefully going to be here before too long. And I, for one, am very excited. You know that there are going to be openings on this channel very soon. I'm hoping there'll be an opening on Thursday. That's what I'm hoping. We cannot guarantee yet. Fingers crossed. But I want to know what you think about all of this and which of these cards are your favourites, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.